Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Sports Fan Network, and I'm Travis.
And I'm Andrew.
And today in our video, we got the NLCS preview between the Chicago Cubs and the Los Angeles Dodgers. And in this video, we're going to be breaking it down between starting pitchers, offense, defense, bullpen, and then overall, who do we think is going to win this series? So, Andrew, I'll start with you. How have the Cubs pitchers been doing in the postseason?
Man, have the starting pitchers for the Cubs been absolutely dominant so far in this postseason. I mean, they had their struggles throughout the season, but once the postseason lights came on, shone bright, they've risen to the challenge here. I'll start with their ace, John Lester, who's pitched 9 and 2/3 innings, only giving up 3 hits and 2 earned runs with a 1.86 ERA. I mean, it's a fact that John Lester might be one of the best pitchers in all of baseball in terms of postseason pitching. He's one of the best in the game today. He's proving it again this postseason. He's been fantastic for the Cubs. Just going on the list here, Jose Quintana, who they traded for midseason, he's got a 0.00 ERA. Hasn't given up a run yet. He's been very good for them. Kyle Hendricks, who's been the ace of this Cubs team so far this season, he's also looked very good. And then Jake Arrieta, who lost his only start, he's given up 0 runs in terms of ERA. He's got a 0.00 ERA, and he lost in the game that he started. So, I mean, it just shows you how good their pitching has been so far.
Yeah, the Cubs starting pitchers really carried them through the NLDS. And for the Dodgers, it all starts with their ace, Clayton Kershaw. He is 1-0. He went 6.1 innings pitched, but his playoff struggles continued as he gave up 4 home runs. He struck out 7, but his ERA is 5.68. Clayton Kershaw may be the best regular season pitcher of all time, but his playoff struggles have become very obvious. But they also got Yu Darvish, who's 1-0. He's got 5 innings pitched. He struck out 7, and that was a midseason trade that they got for him. He's been terrific since he's come over to LA. You also got Rich Hill, who only won 4 innings pitched. He's 1-0. He gave up 2 earned runs, but 4 strikeouts. And really, the Dodgers starting pitchers have been terrific all year. They're one of the deepest rotations of baseball. But overall, just based on playoff performance, I have to give the advantage to the Cubs. Like you said, John Lester is one of the biggest big game pitchers in the MLB right now. Jose Quintana was terrific in his only start. Kyle Hendricks looked good in 2 starts. And Jake Arrieta, even though he's 0-1, he did not give up a single run. So I think the Cubs have the advantage of the starting pitchers.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. Even though, the Dodgers on paper just seem like a deeper and better rotation, there's just something about the playoffs where they just haven't been able to live up to the hype or just live up to their regular season success, especially with Clayton Kershaw, who it just baffles me. A guy that can be so dominant during the regular season, in the postseason, just doesn't quite, live up. I mean, he is human too. I mean, that's just basically the proof of the postseason. That's been, over the past few years that, this guy is so dominant in the regular season, just can't quite reach that dominance in the postseason. So I got to give it to the Cubs here just because I feel like they've risen to the occasion just a little bit more than the Dodgers have so far.
Yeah, and then moving on to the offense, we'll start with the Dodgers hitters. How have they been doing this postseason?
Well, Justin Turner has been, continuing his regular season success, batting .462 so far with a home run and 5 RBIs. He's been fantastic yet again in this postseason. And then Yasiel Puig and Logan Forsythe have both been very impressive so far, both batting over .400. So the Dodgers offense is going on pretty strong here. And that's not even including Cody Bellinger and Corey Seager, who are both batting in the 200s. So they haven't even gotten the best productions out of their 2 arguably best players so far.
Yeah, and then for the Cubs, it's kind of been the same story. Both Chris Bryant and Anthony Rizzo, 2 of their best hitters on the team, are both hitting 200. Anthony Rizzo has 1 home run and 6 RBIs. And he's really been the man for the Cubs in the playoffs, just continually getting clutch after clutch hit, driving in runs when they're on base. That's when it's the most important time to get a hit. And then for Chris Bryant, he's got 2 RBIs. He scored 3 runs. And I think everyone expects the Cubs in the next series for Anthony Rizzo and Chris Bryant to improve on those numbers. I don't think they're too worried because they're 2 of the best offensive players. But Wilson Contreras, he's hitting .214. He's got 1 RBI. But really for the Cubs, it's kind of been the lesser-known guys that have stepped up for them. Albert Amora Jr. is hitting .333. He's got 1 RBI, and he's really been great on the defense and offense for the Cubs. But for me in this matchup, even though the numbers completely favor the Dodgers for hitting in the postseason, the Cubs hitters went up against much more difficult pitchers and the Nationals. I mean, think about it. They had to face Scherzer twice, Strasburg twice, while the Dodgers went up against the Diamondbacks, who really only have Zach Greinke, but he's kind of getting up there in age. But with that said, I'm still going to have to give the slight edge to the Dodgers. Their hitters have been on fire, and you just said it. Like, these guys have been doing good, and their big-name guys like Corey Seager and Cody Bellinger have not really performed yet, and I expect them to in this next series.
We kind of mentioned how the Cubs have faced probably more superior pitching so far, and it just seems like they have more of a knack of getting timely hits so far in this postseason, kind of similar to what they've done the last two postseasons where their overall hitting might not be impressive and jump off the page, turn in the box score, but they just seem to get hits when they absolutely need to. And I just got to go with the Cubs in this one. I just feel like they're more consistent in the clutch when it comes to hitting. I feel like they're going to see that more so in this series.
Yeah, and then moving on to defense, who do you think has the advantage between the Cubs and Dodgers?
Well, this is a tough one because even though the Cubs have a lot of great defenders across the board here, they've really struggled so far in this postseason in terms of cleaning up their defensive mistakes. I mean, they have 7 errors in 5 games on the NLDS, which is just really awful. And those are difference makers, especially when we saw in some of those games. Those are huge parts of those games where those errors led to more runs for the pitchers to deal with.
Yeah, this is a Dodgers team where you really can't kind of have those mental errors. So for the Cubs to beat the Dodgers, they got to play a really clean game on defense. The Dodgers have played really good on defense so far in the postseason. They've only had 2 errors, so I'm going to have to give the advantage to the Dodgers on this one.
Agreed. So let's move on to the bullpen here. Who do you think has the advantage here?
Well, this one is easy for me. It's definitely the Dodgers on this one. Their bullpen continues to be a strength on this team. And just looking at the numbers, Kenley Jansen continues to be great. He's pitched 3.2 innings. He's got 2 saves. He's got 4 strikeouts, and he's given up no runs. Then you got Kenta Maeda, who's pitched 2 innings. He's 1-0 with 1 hold. He's got 4 strikeouts. He hasn't given up a run. Really, the only guy that struggled in the Dodgers bullpen has been Brandon Morrow. He's pitched 3.2 innings. He gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run. He's got a 2.45 ERA. And I guess Tony Watson has struggled. He's given up 2 runs and 1 inning, and he's got an 18 ERA. But Kenley Jansen continues to be terrific, and the Cubs bullpen continues to struggle a lot in the postseason.
Yeah, outside of Wade Davis, the Cubs bullpen has been really bad so far, especially in this postseason. Twice that bullpen really opened the game for the Nationals where they just gave up the lead basically. And, they've been desperate enough where they've had to go to their, regular starters in order to get some production out of their bullpen. That's how desperate they are in terms of how bad this bullpen is. Outside of Wade Davis, there's really no one that's really that consistent that, a Cubs fan can really trust out there. And Joe Madden knows this, which is why he's had to go on to his starters in the playoffs so far in the bullpen. So,
yeah.
Obviously, yeah, the Dodgers have a huge advantage here in terms of the bullpen matchup.
And just looking at the Cubs bullpen, this is how bad they've been. Carl Edwards Jr. has a 23.14 ERA. Mike Montgomery has a 27 ERA. Even their closer, Wade Davis, has a 4.15 ERA. So really, the Cubs bullpen has been terrible, and it almost cost them the series in the NLDS against the Nationals.
Yeah, just really bad across the board. They're going to have to clean that up, and that's just something that's going to have to be looked out for. But, who do you have winning this series? I mean, a lot of the numbers here might favor the Dodgers, but do you think that ultimately the Dodgers have the advantage overall and will win the series?
Yeah, the Cubs and the Dodgers played each other last year, and it was a great series to watch. I think this is the year where the Dodgers move on to the World Series, though. They've been probably the best team in baseball, besides when the Indians went on their 23-game winning streak. I think their offense is really explosive right now. They still got Clayton Kershaw. They got Yu Darvish. Their starting pitchers have been terrific, and there really doesn't look like a big weakness in this Dodgers team. So I have the Dodgers winning in 6 games against the Cubs, but I'm definitely not doubting the Cubs. If there's a team that's going to come out and beat the Dodgers, the Cubs have given them struggles in the playoffs before, and you can really never make the past World Series winner the underdog, but in this series they are.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Cubs on this one just because I just feel like there's something about this team where they just find ways to win. It's not the most prettiest baseball in the world. They don't go out there and dominate you all the time in this postseason. They just find ways to just face adversity and just overcome that. And it was really fun to watch. I expect a very fun and exciting series, hopefully 7 games. I mean, what better do you want than a 7-game series between, the best team in baseball and the World Series champs? That's just baseball at its finest. And I'm really excited to see the series. Obviously, everything in terms of the matchups here kind of favors the Dodgers. But like I said, I just feel like there's something about the Cubs where they just can just pull something out of the hat and just kind of just steal some wins here. I mean, it's all you got to do is win 4 games in a 7-game series. And I just feel like the Cubs are just better equipped and better mentally. They're just mentally more prepared, I think, in terms of past experience to do that.
Yeah, it's the postseason, so anything can happen. No team's really counted out until the other team has all 4 wins. But that's our thoughts on the NLCS preview. Let us know in the comments below if you agree with us or if you disagree with us. And if you guys can leave us a like, subscribe, that would help us out so much. Also, we just created a new Facebook page called Sports Fan Network. We'll leave a link in the description so you guys can go check it out. We'll be posting daily. We'll be uploading our videos to that page and just kind of trying to get discussions with our fans. So please give us a like and check that out.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Please feel free to comment in the comment section below. Obviously, we love talking to you guys about sports and everything. It's been really exciting getting the Facebook page up, so feel free to follow us there. We'll be posting a lot more sports-related information that might not be in our videos on that page. So if you want to continue to just kind of keep up on our thoughts about, sports and everything that's going on in the sports world, please follow us on Facebook. It would be really fun to kind of talk to you guys there. So thanks, guys.